the coronavirus, the 2022 World Cup, what it represents for the upcoming world football competition after this global catastrophe is over at that time. Before, you would know, watching all my previous work, that it is a coronavirus. It is the word corona that's directly translated to crown in Spanish. That's what it represents. The word corona, when you translate it from Spanish and Italian, means crown in English. Now, this is significant because Lionel Messi has a descent from both the countries of Italy and Spanish in his mother and his father's respectful sides. His father's last name was Cucatini. He has a mix of Spanish and Italian blood, Lionel Messi. So this also represents the fact that Spanish is the official language of Argentina. So it's corona that is translated to crown. It is a crowning of the Messiah that is going to happen in 2022 because the Messiah lived at the Middle East. This is the first World Cup over at the Middle East. This is why Messi, the Messiah, has to be coronated, has to be crowned during this time. So that is the significance of corona, meaning crown. It is winter. It is outbreak. It is Argentina. It is virus that has gematria of 89. This is how you know that this coronavirus is going to be a symbolic tribute to the crowning of Lionel Messi. The Messiah is the healer. Jesus Christ was the healer who was known to perform miracles. This symbolism is going to reflect itself in the World Cup in 2022 when we see the first Jesuit Pope Bergoglio will be alive at that time, or if he passes away before then, he is going to see Argentina win its first World Cup since 1986. It is the greatest of all time. In Spanish gematria, it is the crowning of the Messiah, coronación del Mesías. When I translate this, so when I go back to English, the crowning of the Messiah of Lionel Messi, in other words, is what this phrase represents. The crowning of the Messiah, Lionel Messi becoming the king of Argentina, the chosen one to deliver the World Cup at last. Sort of like LeBron James finally delivering the championship to Cleveland, we see this Argentina returning to its former glory days with the help of the greatest footballer of all time. Crowning of the Messiah, coronación del Mesías, equals 86. It is the crown of Lionel Messi, that has the gematria of 89. This is referencing the Winter World Cup. Now, what is the gematria of crown, of corona? It's crown, it's corona that equals 66. It's Messiah, Messias, that equals 66. Now, how about the Pythagorean gematria of corona? How does that relate? The day of the final is going to be December the 18th of 2022. December the 18th adds up to 30 in a date-month sequence. So you know on December the 18th that we are going to see La Corona, the crown, the crowning of Lionel Messi on December the 18th. It is the crown of Messi, Corona de Messi, equals 59, over at the state of Qatar, the region where the games are being played at. Lionel Messi becomes the Messiah, the Son of God is who Jesus Christ was. The Son in Qatar 2022 equals 27. You see the fact that it is the crowning of Messi that equals 222. Now, what I find fitting about 222, that's almost like the year 2022 when you get rid of the zero. Without the zero, it just becomes a triple two. And I find that really fitting that it all lines up with the Messiah coming from Jerusalem, the Middle East. So Messi has to win the World Cup over there. Messi and Ronaldo are just fine. These guys are not declining anytime soon. We are yet to see the best of these players. And let's just reference the pandemic if this has anything to do with this upcoming World Cup. How about the site of the final? What is that referenced in Spanish gematria when we go to the date of the final? I'm not seeing the site of the final. I'm just not seeing it over there. I have to go to the schedule to find out. But this crowning La Corona is going to have to do with Lionel Messi in a really big way, in the gematria of virus linking up with Argentina in winter is no lie. La Corona de Leo, the crown of Leo, even has gematria of 57. That is a gematria of Qatar, equaling 57. So big development. The crown of Leo can be applied when you do not include the last name. You have to include this. I mean, La Corona de Lionel Messi, the crown of Lionel Messi in Spanish gematria, and then you have Book of Revelation in gematria equaling 185 and 77. The fact that this is an even match just makes this really revealing once again. You wanna dig even further down the rabbit hole of the crown of Lionel Messi and what this represents? How about the fact that it is the mark of the beast that has gematria of 177, and who is selling out and fixing these games and not making progress until the World Cup? Who's really good enough to win trophies early on with Argentina, but who is just satisfying a script of not winning anything, and who threw away those Copa Americas so the elite can give Messi his World Cup? It's Lionel Messi himself. 177 days from his birthday to the final. That's where you're getting this mark of the beast reference from. But I have decoded the symbolism of this coronavirus with the crowning of Lionel Messi as the Messiah, as the chosen one, right before Pope Bergoglio's death. I'm the first one to break this down. The crowning of a son is what we're going to see. I mean, Jesus Christ, when he rises from the dead, that is when we see sunlight back. That's when we see springtime. So the death of Jesus Christ just has to do with astrological and seasonal patterns of the tilting of the earth. And that's where you're getting many of these stories from, is the changing of the seasons in a time of hope and of better harvest. And that's what these stories in the Bible reference is, in fact, astrology in the sky, real astrology. So here it is, and the first World Cup after this coronavirus outbreak is going to reference this right here. We just have to break down coronavirus. Coronavirus 2020. And what else it references in the plot of the World Cup, I can tell you it's a lot. Coronavirus 2020, and we need the healer to come ahead and save us. I mean, this symbology is super strong. Let's go, Argentina. It's symbolic in religion itself. It's that you need the Jesus Christ Messiah to perform a miracle to stop the coronavirus. So this symbology, I think, lines up with the coronation of Lionel Messi as the king of Argentina, the chosen one of Argentina. Sort of like took a while for King James to do. And so I think these references are, pretty fitting. I don't know why the Spanish translation is not working. How about Queen? Let me see if the Google Translator is working again. And I'm off the Wi-Fi for whatever reason. I don't know why I suddenly got disconnected here, but I pretty much said what I needed to for this video, so it's no big deal right now.